Well, hello and welcome to the Movie Paradise. I'm your host, Nathanael Molnár, and this is my quick spoiler-free review for the new film, Shazam, which opens up in a couple weeks. I was able to go to an advanced screening of the film and got to see it early, and I'm really glad I did because this movie is really good. We will have a spoiler discussion coming out once the movie opens, but I just wanted to let you know what I thought a couple days after I've seen it. So, Shazam is the latest DCEU movie, DC Cinematic Universe, whatever the fuck we're calling it now. And it's about a character that not a ton of people know about. Formerly known as Captain Marvel, before, obviously, the Marvel character was named Captain Marvel. Now they're called Shazam. And it's played by Zachary Levi, and it's directed by David F. Sandberg, who, of course, he directed Lights Out and Annabelle Creation. And this is a departure from what David F. Sandberg has done before. He's done mostly horror, and now this is kind of like a light, family-friendly comedy superhero movie. And I was a little bit nervous about, would he be able to transition from doing horror to doing something more along these lines? I wasn't sure exactly how it was going to go, but David F. Sandberg knocks it out of the park. There's still horror elements in this movie, which I really liked, and I thought kind of played into his strengths and sensibilities as a director, but we'll get into that in a little bit. The strongest part of this movie is Zachary Levi. He absolutely crushes it as Shazam. He has expert comedic timing, and he just plays the role so perfectly. They established this tone early on, and it's fun, it's light, it's a little bit campy, and it really just plays into this overarching idea of what is it like if a kid can become a superhero. We've seen this in the trailer, so this isn't a spoiler at all. But this is very evidently taking place in the DC Cinematic Universe. You have superheroes like Superman, like Batman, like Wonder Woman running around and doing good. And it's from the perspective of these kids who idolize these superheroes. They wear Superman shirts. They have Batman backpacks. They have all these merchandise, and they look up at superheroes and think at them as heroes, as idols. And so what happens when a 10-year-old kid who idolizes Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman and reveres them to be gods and superheroes, what happens when he can become a superhero himself? And I thought that was such a great question for the film to explore, and they explore it in such a great way. It comes with comedy. The very idea of a 10-year-old becoming a superhero naturally comes with comedy, and they play out that comedy so well. You see it in the trailer of the shot where Billy Batson as Shazam goes to the convenience store to buy their finest beer. And it's such a great scene because if you're a 10-year-old kid and suddenly you're in the body of a 30-year-old man, that's of course the first thing you're going to do. And so they play up that angle really well. But one of the best parts about this film is the character arc of Billy Batson. And they obviously don't say it because it's a Spider-Man phrase, but this learning of with great power comes great responsibility, and how as Shazam he transitions from doing things to benefit himself or acting cowardly and not wanting to fight to realizing his responsibility now as a superhero and coming into his own. And I really love that arc that he has, and really how they kind of infuse that with great power must also come great responsibility into this film. Now, the first 20 minutes or so, I wasn't completely on board. It's really once Zachary Levi is introduced into the movie that it really finds its footing. Also, some of the CGI is kind of hit or miss. Mostly miss. And I think it stems from the fact that this film has a $90 million budget, and I think they kind of bit off more than they could chew. I think if they had more like $110, $115 million budget, they really would have been able to fix some of the green screens and fix some of the animation on some of the characters in the film. I'm not going to go into any specifications, but they didn't look... They looked cool. I loved the design of them, but they didn't feel real. They didn't feel like they were actually in the moment, in the movie, there. They felt fake. And that was kind of my biggest issue, is that these characters that are in the movie, I liked them, and I liked their inclusion, and I liked what they were representing and why they were there, and I loved their design, but they didn't feel like they were actually physically there in the moment interacting with the characters, and it took me out of the film a little bit. Mark Strong plays the villain, Dr. Savannah, in this movie, and the character served a particular purpose, and I liked it. The character was cool. Mark Strong played the character as the character was supposed to be in the film, served a purpose. I liked it. Not a groundbreaking villain. You know, nothing. He's no Zod from Man of Steel. You know, he's kind of one note. You understand why he's there, and you understand what he's doing, what purpose he serves for Billy Batson's overall character arc in the film, and what Billy's supposed to be doing in the film as Shazam. But it's not a groundbreaking villain. It's kind of I'd put it on the same level as Ares from Wonder Woman. Serves a purpose, there for a reason, to get the character from point A to point B, but the character's not super fleshed out, doesn't have a lot of dimension to it. It's just kind of one note. Cool villain. I liked what they did with it, but nothing extraordinary. And the film could have used a stronger villain. But overall, I will just say, this movie is a ton of fun. It is endlessly entertaining. It is really funny. They absolutely nail the comedic moments of this. They nail the interaction between Billy Batson and his friend. And Zachary Levi is perfect in the role. I loved what they did with the character Shazam. CGI is a little bit hit or miss, and Dr. Savannah isn't the greatest villain in the world. But overall, I found this movie to be a ton of fun. I need to rewatch Wonder Woman, but right now, I'd say this is my third favorite DCEU movie, with Man of Steel being 1 and Wonder Woman being 2. But again, I need to rewatch Wonder Woman to really know if I'd like that or Shazam to be number 2. But Shazam is a ton of fun. Definitely, when this film comes out in theaters, go check it out. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. I am going to give Shazam a 4.1 out of 5. Well, that has been my spoiler-free review for Shazam. What do you think? Are you planning on seeing the movie? Are you going to check it out once it comes out? Or have you been to an early screening, one of the fan screenings like I went to? Have you already seen the movie? Leave your spoiler-free thoughts. Please, no spoilers. Please, because the movie hasn't come out yet. Leave your spoiler-free thoughts in the comment section below. Well, once again, I'm your host, Nathanael Molnár. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And be sure to follow us on all of our various social medias at MovieParadise99. Thanks, everyone.